Hey guys, I'm going to tell you everything what we learnt about Battlefield 5's reveal, and stay till the end as I will be telling you my thoughts on the trailer, which are very mixed. This is going to be a longer video, so get comfortable. So first off, these are the locations that we can expect to fight in on Battlefield 5. Norway, Africa and parts of Europe, so that's sort of what they meant by multiple theatres. They stated that they wanted to take a fresh and modern look at World War II, and obviously, like always, stating it's the most immersive Battlefield title ever. But I can tell you firsthand, it looks that way. It's absolutely stunning. That's not the problem, but I'll get onto that later. So let's talk about some of the modes that we can expect. Airborne and new game mode. They didn't really sort of tell us much about this. They touched upon it, but didn't really give much details away, so I expect that we will hear more about the Airborne game mode, probably around about EA Play, so stay tuned for that. Grand Operations, multiple game modes, multiple maps. This to me seems like the most interesting part of the Battlefield 5 reveal. I want to learn more about this, but it seems like they want to make it seem like a real war, fighting over possibly 5 days. I'm not sure whether this is real time or not, but that would be very cool. Co-op. Combined arms, you and 3 others have to go behind enemy lines. You have to find tools and extract it. War stories. Human and untold stories, real and relatable people. That's what the DICE people said. They're going to be showing us the stories through both men and women. One of the missions that they did touch upon is about a female Norwegian fighter going against German occupation. These are believable and untold stories according to DICE. So that's pretty interesting that they're expanding upon those war stories. It's going to be interesting if those rumours were true about us maybe getting a sort of German campaign or maybe a German mission. I'd like to see that because that hasn't really been done ever in probably gaming, so that would be a pretty bold move. I'm going to touch upon some of the Battlefield 5 weapons. The Tiger 1 tank was confirmed, the Churchill, the MG42, and what's pretty interesting about this is that they're going to have a new system where it will penetrate through walls. Pistols will not, and this is where the difference comes in, and support will, in my opinion, benefit quite greatly from this because it sort of gives a more incentive to actually use the support weapon. The gas mask is replaced with the toolbox. You can set up fortifications, you can build foxholes, bunkers, sort of strategic stuff like that. It did remind me of Fortnite a little bit though, so I hope they're not going, that far, but it seems like a pretty interesting mechanic. The company, this is where you change how you look. I assume this is like your squad, but you have full control over it. Personal experience, you shape how they play and how they look. New abilities, new perks. So I assume that all soldiers are going to look very different because of this, so it's going to be quite hard to identify which is which maybe, so you're not going to know which is a sport class, assault class, scout class, whatever. So I'm not really sure how I feel about this, but I'm glad that sort of DICE have took on board the fact that there wasn't enough customization in Battlefield 1 and they listened, and in Battlefield 5 it looks like we're going to get way more customization. Pay to win is not going to be a thing, and that was confirmed by one of the Battlefield devs. And on to possibly the greatest news ever, which is that Premium Pass will not be in the game, which is amazing. No paying for maps, no paying for modes. Tides of War, earn the latest things, new weapons, new skins and all that kind of stuff. Fall of Europe starts November. They didn't really elaborate on this again, but what I ascertained from this is that it's going to be similar to Operation campaigns where you complete a certain objective and you earn maybe new skins, new battle packs, that kind of stuff. So now onto my thoughts on the trailer, which are pretty mixed. It feels very arcadey, but maybe a little too much. How that guy was holding that MG42 and sliding on his back, like, I'm not really sure. That seems pretty unnecessary to me, and it really sort of takes away from the gritty realities of World War II. I'm sounding like I hated it, but I didn't. I've never seen a game look this good, to be quite honest. The visuals in that trailer were insane. No one could deny that. The sound design was just perfect, but it felt so chaotic. I saw a V2 rocket go off whilst planes were going off, tanks destroying houses. That's great and all, but will that work for gameplay? I'm not really sure. This isn't Randy Evans' finest work. The trailer for Battlefield 1 was better, but it was very solid. Also, the bit I didn't like is the UI. It just felt very punky, very futuristic. In World War II, it wasn't what I expected, what I was hoping for, was maybe a gritty World War II game. The actual setting of the trailer is Operation Market Garden, and I believe that this was Arnhem Bridge, so that's very awesome. A cool little feature I spotted was the throwing back of a grenade, so I like that. That's pretty useful. And also in the trailer we see where the teaser trailer ends, and the shushing. Don't really know if this will be added as a feature. It seems like it was just there for the trailer. Also, one thing I want to know is I'm sensing a lot of hate already. This trailer has already racked up 10,000 dislikes. It's not that bad, it's brilliant, but it definitely needs some tweaks, as they're again trying to focus more on the visual aspect. But please guys, just focus more on the gameplay. Also, I can really sense that that V2 rocket is going to become very annoying. The pre-order at the end also stated you can get access to the open beta. It didn't say when, but it should be coming very soon. Overall, I feel mixed. I'm not really sure, maybe it will grow on me, but I don't feel blown away. The visuals are outstanding, but I sense they are neglecting gameplay. But the grand campaigns, that is where it's at. That really piqued my interest. It seems like they want to make it like a realistic battle, fighting over multiple maps and multiple modes. But let me know in the comments down below, what are your thoughts? Are you super hyped and can't wait for Battlefield 5? And like I said, I'm really excited for this game, but just not as much as Battlefield 1. So until next time, have a good one.